Welcome everybody to another Voice of Nick video editing stream. We're going to be working on more of this channel update here. Let's see if we can get a little bit more of this thing in. So we're on our second round of edits, which is to say that we have the assembly. Now we're kind of like shearing off any macro level sort of unnecessary stuff, just like shearing the fat basically. Let's see what we got. Now outside of the Twitch streams, outside of the video content in general, we have a brand new podcast. Books and Games has just launched on iTunes, Spotify, all the major podcast platforms. It also has a YouTube channel if you want to see the books narrated with the subtitles scrolling down the page as well. This is a podcast where it's every single day I release a 1 to 2 down the page as well. We don't need to say the YouTube channel because I'll just link to it. iTunes, Spotify, all the major podcast platforms. Has just launched on iTunes, Spotify, all the major podcast platforms. This is a podcast where it's every single day I release a 1 to 2 minute. Damn, it still takes a minute to play when I hit the play button. I don't know what's up with that. This is a podcast where it's because I already have proxies. It's a podcast where every single day I release a 1 to 2 minute dramatic reading of a book from the Witcher game series. So any of the books from Witcher 1, 2, or 3 will show up, you know, sort of in the order that I've curated. And it's a lot of fun, if I do say so myself. It's been a lot of fun doing it. Every single episode has a different Voice of Nick voice, so plenty of entertainment value if you enjoy that aspect of the streams. Then we're going to play a clip from Books and Games. On top of Books and Games, the podcast that most people know me for is the Twitch Playbook. Twitch Playbook is up to, at the time of this recording, 90 episodes. I never thought I'd be able to come up with 90 things to say about Twitch streaming, but hey, here we are. You can find Twitch Playbook on... never thought I'd be able to come up with 90 things to say about Twitch streaming, but hey, here we are. You can find Twitch Playbook on iTunes, Spotify, all the major podcast platforms as well. And a really fun thing about Twitch Playbook, a lot of people have been finding our Twitch channel through the podcast. And so we've been meeting a lot of new people who, you know, from all different kinds of streams who listen to the podcast and just wanted to come by and say hi and say that they love the show. So that's been really heartening. It's been really good to hear that it's helped so many people. So yay, Twitch Playbook, it's doing its job. In addition to all of that stuff, we have a new YouTube exclusive series. So we finished Shadowrun Returns. It was actually, so let's cut that. All of that stuff, we have a new YouTube exclusive series. So we finished Shadowrun Returns. It was amazing. I love that game. A lot of great storyline stuff. Okay, let's take one more look through this Twitch Playbook thing. On top of Books and Games, the podcast that most people know me for is the Twitch Playbook. Twitch Playbook is up to, at the time of this recording, 90 episodes. I never thought I'd be able to come up with 90 things to say about Twitch streaming, but hey, here we are. You can find Twitch Playbook on iTunes, Spotify, all the major podcast platforms as well. And a really fun thing about Twitch Playbook, a lot of people have been finding our Twitch channel through the podcast. And so we've been meeting a lot of new people who, you know, from all different kinds of streams who listen to the podcast and just wanted to come by and say hi and say that they love the show. So got it, okay. Who listen to the podcast and just want to. So we've been meeting a lot of new people who listen to the there we go. People who listen to the podcast. Yeah, that'll work. We just have to change it around a little bit. Meeting a lot of new people who listen to the podcast. Woo. New people who listen to the podcast. Good, that's what we want. Great, okay, so now just wanted to come by and say hi and say that they love the show. So that's been really heartening. It's been really good to hear that it's helped so many people. So yay, Twitch Playbook, it's doing its job. In addition to all of that stuff, we have a new YouTube exclusive series. So we finished Shadowrun Returns. It was amazing. I love that game. A lot of great storyline stuff in there, awesome RPG mechanics. And now we've started on Abyss Odyssey, which now we've started. We have a new YouTube exclusive series. Now there's no need to mention Shadowrun Returns. YouTube exclusive series. Now we've started Abyss on Abyss. It might not work as an edit. Now we've started on a exclusive series. Now we've started on Abyss Odyssey, which is an incredible. Now we've started on. Oh, it'll work. It'll work. Now we've started on. Now we've started on. Stuff. We have a new YouTube exclusive series. Now we've started on a YouTube exclusive series. Now we've started on YouTube exclusive series. Now we've started on Abyss Odyssey, which is an incredible, super stylistic, side-scrolling platformer roguelike. If that's not enough adjectives for you. It's based on Chilean folklore, which is awesome. I'm learning a lot of stuff, but also just the tone of that game is so cool. A lot of great voices, deep, gravelly stuff, but also just the side-scrolling platformer roguelike. If that's not enough adjectives for you. We don't need to say the folklore thing because there's not really any, it's not like we really explore that concept or show anything related to it. Tips for you, just the tone of that. It is a cool aspect of the game, but it's better explained by watching the game rather than just, you know, seeing clips of it. Adjectives for you, just the tone of that. For you, just the tone of that game. Adjectives for you, just the tone. Tips for you, just the tone of that game is so cool. A lot of for you. So you can take out the breath. Tips for you, just the tone. Yeah. Okay. Tips for you, just the tone. Adjectives for you, just the tone of that game is so cool. A lot of great voices, deep, gravelly voices, and incredible music. So jump into that one. And that about sums it up for all of the new stuff we have going on the Voice of Nick Pantheon at the moment. I'm sure I'm missing some stuff, but those are the big new things that are happening right now. Thank you for watching this video. Now, new stuff we have going on the Voice of Nick Pantheon at the moment. Thank you for. Okay. Put some space between that. Pantheon at the moment. Thank you for watching. Put a little fixer on here. At the moment. Thank you for watching this video. You can find links to all at the moment. Thank you for watching this. Yeah. Pantheon at the moment. Thank you for watching this. That's good. Video. You can find links to all of the things I've talked about in the description below. Leave a comment with what you've been enjoying if you've been watching any of it. If not, then just tell me how you think I look today. Guys, I'll see you on the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye. Done? Okay, we have a 6-minute, 48-second video. So we cut this down from 8 minutes. That's good. Roughly 6.5. This will probably end up around 7 or 8 minutes in total because we're going to add clips back into it. There's a couple things we can add stuff for right now. Locally, I have the Books and Games episodes, and I guess a little sneak preview for anybody. I already have 135 of them recorded, even though we're only on like number 90 something in the release of the podcast. So let's see if we can find some of the more recent ones. Which ones are like, what's like a fun one to do?
The Witcher 3: Travel Between Worlds. Running through many folk tales is a common motif of travel between worlds.
What would be, like, there's some of them that are like joking ones. I don't know if I can find.
The Witcher 1. The kingdom of Tamir, the jewel of the north, powerful, has gained even more. Good kings can be found. A strong.
Maybe we'll do the one of Lara Doran, which would be this one.
The Witcher 1. Fairy tale. Soft in the stone hearts of the Dwan, for mercy, not for her.
Yeah, let's add this to our thing. So we're gonna actually copy this into the footage folder. Other footage, I guess. And again, the reason you want to do this is because if you ever actually just take this project and bring it onto another hard drive or something, you don't want to have this footage be disconnected, because in Premiere, all it's doing is referencing footage that exists on the hard drive. So if you don't have that, if you don't keep that footage all together in a folder that you can easily find, then you're going to end up moving the project, but you don't actually have the footage that goes into it, so it's worthless. And yeah, if anybody who is a Books and Games fan wants to find, you can actually search on YouTube for Books and Games The Witcher, or actually it's just called Books and Games on YouTube. And there's all videos like this, where it has like the text scrolling and, you know, in video form, and they're all in playlists and stuff, so it's easier to find the videos. For anybody who's YouTube inclined.
Merciless humans. And when Lara grabbed the carriage door, begging for mercy, not for herself but for her child, the queen ordered a thug to swing his sword, cutting her fingers off. The winter cold set in that night, and on a hill amidst woods, Lara drew hearts of the Dwan, the cruel and merciless humans. And when Lara grabbed the
So let's just do that. Yeah, so we're gonna do this. Let's actually just, I'll save an old, save an old version of this, just to kind of cover our bases here. I'm gonna duplicate. You're not gonna see what I'm doing here, but I'm basically just time stamping an old version. Okay, good. And that's just because that's the moment before we added the footage. A really helpful, you know, additional tool. Voice, so stuff. We have a new YouTube exclusive. So many people. So yay Twitch of entertainment value if you enjoy that aspect of this. Good. So this is going to be long, and then we'll choose how, you know, which part we want to put in.
And when Lara grabbed the carriage door, begging for mercy, not for herself but for her child, the queen ordered a thug to swing his sword, cutting her fingers off. The winter cold set in that night, and on a hill amidst woods, Lara drew her last breath while giving birth to her daughter, whom she protected with what warmth was left in her body. And even though night, winter, and blizzard were all around, springtime suddenly came to the hill and Faenawed flowers bloomed. To this day, those flowers are found in only two places, the valley of Dol Blathanna, and on the hill where Lara Doran ep Sheadol died.
I think we'll cut that to like a 10-second clip. The question is, do we want the part where he cuts her fingers off, or do we want the nice little ending part?
And Faenawed flowers bloomed. Springtime suddenly came.
I guess we'd have to do the fingers cutting off.
And when Lara grabbed the carriage door, begging for mercy, not for herself but for her child, the queen ordered a thug to swing his sword, cutting her fingers off.
That's a pretty grim clip to use. What's another one that we have here? This one explains, I'm not going to do that one. Alchemical. See, because the thing about Books and Games is that it it's very deep dive into the Witcher lore. So we don't really want to do ones that... Oh, this is a fun one.
The Witcher 3, the little peasant who confounded his lord. Winter was on its way, and the Lord once again started to think about what to do to oppress his people even more. One morning, at the crack of the cockerel's carriage, and sent named Reuben soon up his cheeks. Well, what do you want? Then get inside it. The boy. Clearly, he was growing bored. That, my lord. Great lords like that were ever more irritated. Not no one enforced my declaration on a step back, as if he expected the Lord to jump out of the carriage and assault him. The fault was not his, but the Lord was in the habit of beating his scribe when he grew angry, no matter the cause. The cockerel's crow. He rode out, it was on its way, and the Lord once again started to think about what to do to oppress his people even more.
It's a fun one, but it doesn't have like a single moment that really works. Because we can just do a future episode. We don't. It doesn't have to be from one that's already released now, because it might be doing it in the future.
The Witcher 3.
Oh, this is a fun one. This one's a Twilight parody. We'll do this one. This is in the Witcher games, by the way. There's like a Twilight parody book. Let's put that into other footage. Smokely Oakley, welcome to the show. Let's get an exclamation mark high for Smokely Oakley. Your video helped me get started. Cool. What video are you talking about? Whichever one it was, I'm glad to hear it. And welcome into the stream. Welcome Peer to Beer as well. Doing something about books and games. I saw a review of all books in Elder Scrolls Skyrim. Oh, cool. Yeah, that's definitely on the list of like things to cover. Even Elder Scrolls Arena, the first Elder Scrolls game that we're playing right now, has a lot of cool storyline stuff. So that's a definite candidate as well. Books and Games is focused completely on Witcher right now, but like I figure it can be any series. It doesn't have to be Witcher. Okay, so let's find, how long is this one's 54 seconds total.
The Witcher 3, the vampire's last likeness. Thereupon, Isabella took Edward's glistening visage in her hand and embraced his icy lips, which were twisted into a cynical grin. Forgive me, my love, she whispered, stifling the sobs heaving her bosom. But my heart doth long with fiercer passion for yon werewolf, whom thou hatest with all thy vampiric thou-ness.
That's a good clip, because that gets across the parody thing in like 15 seconds, whereas the other one doesn't really have like a beginning, middle, and end of the joke. Smokely Oakley saying Twitch for beginners video, how to get started. Oh, you're talking about the podcast? Good stuff. Let's get a exclamation mark hype in there. Yeah, for anybody who doesn't know what Smokely Oakley is talking about, the Twitch Playbook is a free weekly podcast I created to help you guys with your Twitch channels. It's on iTunes, Spotify, all the major podcast platforms. I'm glad you liked it. If you're wondering, by the way, there's 91 episodes of that thing that you consumed. I believe it's called How to Make It on Twitch and Intro is probably what you listened to. And there's 90 more episodes of that. The most recent one just came out today, actually. Welcome into the show. Glad you like it.
Whom thou hatest with all thy vampiric thou-ness.
On top of books and games, the podcast. Let's see if we can just like lower the volume of this a little bit. Is there no volume indicator? Oh, there it is. On top of books and games, the podcast. No, that's not gonna work. Okay, so we want to do this. Why is this lowered now? Remove the attribute of volume. There we go. What did I do? Did I change the gain? Why is it so quiet? It must be a glitch.
With all thy vampiric
yeah, it's the same decibel level, but it's correct now. On top of books and On top of Books and Games, the podcast that most people know me for, plenty of entertainment value if you enjoy that aspect of the streams. Okay, so we need to move this down a little bit. Entertainment value if you enjoy that aspect of the streams.
Thereupon,
that aspect of the streams.
Thereupon,
You can hear the quality difference between the mic I use for Books and Games and the mic I use for this video. Aspect of the streams.
thereupon Isabella took Edward's glistening visage in her.
Of entertainment value. Good. Peter Beer saying, you're doing something about Books and Games? Yeah, so this is a channel update video that we're editing. So it's everything across all of our channels. So the YouTube channel, the Twitch channel, our 2 different podcasts, the 6 different Twitch gameplay series that we're doing, the YouTube exclusives that we're doing, the Voice Nuke blog videos, all the stuff. This covers everything. You enjoy that aspect of the streams.
Thereupon, Isabella took Edward's glistening visage in her hand.
So this
and
only
embraced
hits
his
like
icy
7
lips.
decibels. Where does this go? Curated, and it's a lot of fun. It goes higher, so we're gonna raise this decibel level a little bit.
And embraced his icy lips.
Top of Books and Games, the pod. Give it another 2 decibels there. Smokey saying, I could have sworn it was a YouTube video, but it was a podcast. Glad you liked it. Oh, Peter is saying it was 14 minutes. The video of Elder Scrolls. Yeah, it's well, there's certainly more than 14 minutes worth of books in those games, because the books in Elder Scrolls are way longer than the ones in The Witcher. But I would certainly be interested to go through them all. I mean, when we play the game, I will have read them all once. That's the nice thing, is like having played through all the Witcher games, we've already read every single book once, at least once. And then now when I do this podcast, it's like, you know, we just get, I get to read it again. Okay, so we have that. One more thing I have a clip of is, I locally have a clip of Metal Gear Solid 4. So we'll add that in to the beginning, I guess, somewhere. And I guess, yeah, we're moving now. So we're gonna skip the intro. We're gonna start from here, I guess, and just start putting in clips. Actually, let's not even put a marker for that. Good stuff, ladies and gents. That's gonna do it for today's video editing episode. If you wanna find where these videos get posted, you can go on YouTube and look for Voice of Nick Vlogs, or if you don't wanna go all the way on YouTube and search for it, then you can click the link that I posted in the chat there once it shows up from NickBot. It'll be linked to our newest video on YouTube, which is a Metal Gear 2 classic game review. Make sure you give that YouTube channel a subscribe. You'll see all the stuff that comes out on there. We already have 9 videos currently on that channel, edited and uploaded. This will soon be the 10th. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.